Yo, what's going on today, guys? We're back here for another video, and with year 2 approaching for Pokemon Pocket, this is going to be the 1 year anniversary basically for my YouTube channel as well, and I just wanted to talk about all my competitive success and my achievements throughout the first year of Pokemon Pocket. Okay, so we're on Limitless. We're going to be talking about the results first for Genetic Apex and Mythical Island. We do have fancier things when we do go into the A2, A3, and then the A4 seasons of Pokemon Pocket. We have these actually charts by someone who I will get into later. But we don't have one for the A1 series, so we will just be looking at Limitless history. And so yeah, I always said that I first started playing Pokemon competitively back in Mythical Island, and that is technically not true, but in my mind I feel like it's for the most part true, because technically I did enter one tournament in Genetic Apex. However, if we do click on it, we can see that I ended up, I just signed up late, so I already missed a round, and then I lost once. And I dropped after winning again because there's something going on where like it took like 40 minutes in between rounds for something, and I didn't feel like waiting anymore, bro. I'm gonna be so real. So while I technically did enter a tournament in Genetic Apex, I don't really count this one. I still count my first actual tournament being the Scolipede one, which I ended up bringing Scolipede because Scolipede farmed Mewtwo. Mewtwo was the best at going in the Mythical Island, and I kind of expected, you know, a bunch of people to play it. You can even click on see what I lost to. I actually lost the Mirror Mask and I lost against Golem. So I didn't make top cut because that I actually don't even know. So it was 5 rounds, 30 players advanced, and what did I end up getting? I ended up getting 70th place, so that's obviously not anywhere close to top 32. You probably had to go like 4-1 and then have like a good win ratio just to be able to go in, or maybe like 4 wins and a tie. Anyways, I played Scolipede, realized it's good against Mewtwo and Pikachu, kind of bad against everything else. So I ended up competing with my second tournament with Gyarados, where I almost made top cut, got 34th. I'm pretty sure we could even check. It's probably like a top 32. Actually, okay, I don't even know. That looks so weird. So I guess okay, so yeah, I didn't make top cut because I lost the freaking Pikachu, bro. What a surprise. The Zebstrika probably snapped my Magikarp. And then Mewtwo is just Mewtwo. So I didn't make top cut. I was close. And then I made the realization that Venusaur, or this is like around like the time when everyone's kind of like switching the Gyarados and playing less Mewtwo at the time before the Mewtwo players kind of learned the Gyarados matchup. And I kind of like in my head basically said, I think Venusaur kind of beats Gyarados, bro. And also, you know, Executor EX is really good into Pikachu. And then if you actually get Venusaur set up, there's really nothing Pikachu can do. And then I definitely struggled with Mewtwo, but with the introduction of Mirror EX, you did have a way to actually parry around that, as long as, you know, Executor was able to knock out the first Mewtwo with a couple lucky head flips. So I kind of brought Venusaur for the first time here. You can see the Chaos League Pocket Saturdays as a meme, and this was my third tournament. I ended up making top 8. We can just click on it, and this is something I was super proud of, bro, just making it this far, because we actually ended up beating a Charizard deck. Although we did lose the one, with the addition of Mirror EX, it was possible to beat it. 100% still a bad matchup, but, you know, it's something that we obviously, like I said, Gyarados, or like Venusaur is good in the Gyarados, but at the same time, I mean, like, you know, there was the influence of Misty, as well as, you know, they could get a fast Greninja and definitely punish me for stuff like that. Or, you know, maybe I bricked like a Venusaur, didn't get an egg early, but, you know, so I did lose to one of those. But I mean, Gyarados was still a top 3 deck in the meta, so something like an anti-meta deck that can be good in the Gyarados is not surprising. I lost, but, you know, I was really proud of this. My first deck list, we could even look at it. I was playing 1 potion, 1 X speed. I'm pretty sure this potion gets taken out for a leaf in the second build, because we actually can go look at that. So as you can see here, I actually had a really good 4 placings of Venusaur. Where my next tournament, I also made another top 8, you know, just beating a bunch of stuff. I did lose to a Pikachu, which was one of our best matchups, and I still have the clip. I actually never uploaded this one into YouTube. I think I showcased it off maybe on a stream or something, but I just bricked. I literally did not draw Executor EX, or I didn't draw like any evolutions to go into a Venusaur, like both with all 2 of the games. So it's very unfortunate, but yeah, it was still a really good placing. Obviously, you know, top 8 of Venusaur, that's just something not a lot of people did. And we actually could take a look at the, yeah, let's see, right here, we ended up taking the potion out for a leaf. Having the double swap card was really good, because it gave, before Cyrus, bro, it gave you a way to swap out Executor EX, or it's not a free 2-pointer for your opponent. And it's just nice to either have X speed or a leaf if you do start something like Mew and Bulbasaur and really do need to preserve the energy. As you know, there is no energy generation for Venusaur back then, and obviously Venusaur took 4 energy, so it's just, I was very proud of these Got, you know, top 32 in the other one. Unfortunately, just lost right away in top cut and make top 8. But then ended up making this third, which is the reason this 7th place video never came out. Ended up getting all the way to third. Did lose the Gyarados, unfortunately. But it is what it is. I want to say I lost to Energy Generation. Obviously, this run is on my YouTube. I could go actually double check it. The exact reason I lost. But no, I'm pretty sure it was something that one of the games I definitely lost Energy Generation, bro, because I remember I basically played my energy so badly where like I think I was like for some reason splitting Mewtwo in I was splitting energy on Mew EX and then Venusaur for some reason when I should have just went all in on Mew, because I think that's what happened. If not, that was like a different tournament. But I'm just really proud of this. It was the same deck list as the other one, bro. The one Leaf, one X Speed. I guess we can click on it, bro, just so you guys can visualize it. But this was the best Venusaur back in Mythic Island. This was the best list. There's no debate about that. I don't care what anybody says. And yeah, I was just super proud, bro. That's why I always like meme around. Obviously, I'm like memeing most of the time. I'm not like super cocky, but I genuinely was the best. You can see here, bro, we did play Venusaur a couple more times and it just was not working out. Like we got close, like we basically lost our last round, so we didn't make top cut for this one. We couldn't go like 4-2. Or like 5-2, I mean, or like, yeah. But basically what ended up happening, if I do click on this one, basically Mewtwo, people were playing way more Mewtwo's and they weren't playing, obviously I'm pretty sure I just bricked against this because this was like a free matchup as long as you got Executor EX or Venusaur set up, so I'm pretty sure this was just a brick. But a lot of people were playing Mewtwo again, bro, and then freaking like scam decks like Gengar, where Venusaur just wasn't that good. And I could even check this one was, yeah, I just lost like Arcanine and then freaking Melmetal, bro. Like Venusaur was good early on in Mythical Island. I actually think it was a top 5 deck because it was so good in the Gyarados, Pikachu, and like the Primeape Aerodactyl deck. But as Mewtwo came back into play, it definitely fell off. And I basically switched to like Gyarados and Pika, where I actually made top cut once again, dude. Like I made top cut of Gyarados. I thought I made top cut, maybe not. Let me see. No, I guess I didn't make top cut. I was very close. I think I got 17th place, right? If I recall correctly. Now I got 19th, bro. So I was like a little bit like a win ratio off. And I was actually playing Blue Tech, bro. Blue Tech was very good for the mirror match, by the way. So because the standard leaf or the standard list was just 2 leaf, bro. But then I was playing Pika, ended up making top cut of Pika, bro, over here. Lost in top 32 to Celebi, which is just a bad matchup, to be honest, you know, depending on the coin flips and how fast I get an Executor EX. But really like Lieutenant Surge. It was a very fun deck to play. And yeah, it was just kind of unfortunate. And yeah, I think that does it for the A1 series, which is Mythical Island and obviously Genetic Apex, even though like I really don't have any Genetic Apex things besides that one tournament, which I don't think really counts. But I thought my Mythical Island season, obviously I didn't have a tournament win, but I still thought the season was really good competitively for me. Obviously there was no ranked, so there was actually like a lot of 150/100 plus person tournaments, which I really love, and I really do miss having them like almost every day. I really miss the Pocket in the Chaos League Saturday. I know this one still exists, but only gets like 20-30 players. Sometimes I compete in them. I haven't really done it in a minute, but I really miss the Pocket Turtle, bro. It was like a really good day for me because of the time. And I really wish we had them both back. Obviously with the introduction of ranked, people just play tournaments less, and the game has been kind of dying lately, especially the tournament scene. Before we wrap up the Mythical Island era, we could actually go to the decks on Limitless. We could just switch to the Pocket and we can just go into the Mythical Island. We can just combine the decks, bro, to make it easier to find, because there was like one different version of Venusaur that I was seeing play. If we can find Venusaur, which should be somewhere. I think I'm no, here it is. It's in the 27th, bro. There was one person who also got top 8, bro, but they were actually playing like a superior Venusaur version. I'm not gonna click on it, but yeah, it was like some weird superior. But if we just look at all the Venusaurs, bro, this is all the combined Venusaur list. You can see here, I literally was the best Venusaur in this thing, and it is something that I'm very proud of, as Venusaur was my first Pokemon ever, you know, because Leaf Green was my first game ever, and then Bulbasaur was my first starter, aka first Pokemon. It was also my favorite card back in Genetic Apex and Mythical Island. So it was really cool to end up being the best at it, bro. Like, it's something I'm really proud of. You can see here, bro, I'm like the top 4 is just 3 of me. And I'm not gonna show the screenshot because I've showed it to people before, dude. I'm not gonna lie about that. But Peppa King literally told me on Twitter, bro, and if you guys don't know, Peppa King is one of the goats of the Pocket. Like, this guy is one of the best Japanese players in the game. he literally said he started playing Venusaur because he saw like me doing good at tournaments just for, you know, the Mythical Island era. And it's just something that, as someone who came out of nowhere in like the competitive scene, it's just something like I kind of like cherish, bro. Like I cherish these memories, and I probably will as long as I keep making content of Pokemon Pocket. It's just something I'm super proud of, bro. Like I know I keep saying I'm proud of this, I'm proud of that, but it is really just cool to have these achievements. Anyways, moving on to something way more fancier, we actually have this Google spreadsheet with basically the limitless ranking. So this is going to be season A2 through A2B. So this is Space Time, Triumph of Light, and then Shining Revelry. You know, it has like the order of like all the players and like, you know, how good they do. You can actually go to the player stats, and we could actually just go to my name. As we can see here, I ended up being in the top 100 for tournament ranking stats for the A2 series at 86th place, which is, you know, cool at the end of the day, obviously. But it just simplifies it, bro. It basically takes all the good tournaments, bro, and just, you know, tournaments in general, all the ones that actually count, because like some like banless ones don't count. Like it's all like standard format, bro. And we can see here that I ended up making top cut at Inercies. I ended up getting 43rd, top cut 64 with Gyarados Manaphy. I ended up running into Gallade, Hitmonchan, snap my Magikarp, bro. Unwinnable matchup, bro. Felt really bad to run into that, but at the end of the day, I mean, if I deserved it, bro. It is what it is. I made a top 8 with Leafeon Celebi, one of my favorite decks. I ended up getting first place twice. This was my first 2 tournament wins, and we will actually get into that with Palkia and Glaceon was one of them. Glaceon, I am the first person, and I'm pretty sure still the only person in like a standard format and also like an actual tournament with 100 plus players to win with Glaceon, as far as I'm aware. I was at least I'm the first one, bro. I'm pretty sure I'm also still the only one, but that is a cool fact. Got my first tournament win, dude, in Space Time, 600 players with Egg Celebi. Obviously it was a really broken deck, but the story is kind of funny. I have said it before. Then I had a top 16 Darkrai Greninja, had another top 8 of Darkrai Greninja, and then I had a 6th place, so another top 8 of Yanmega Dog at the beginning of the season. And we could basically go look at some of those lists and look at some of the runs and just talk about them real quick. I actually had a very fantastic A2 series. Like I had 2 tournament wins, bro, in these. So in my mind, this was way better than Mythical Island, only because of the success, bro, and like the tournament wins. I felt like these were actually some of my best seasons. More so Space Time. I felt like Space Time was one of my best and most consistent seasons. I only had like very few non-top cuts. Triumph of Light, I definitely didn't have the most, but I did have a tournament win at the end of the day, and plus the top 8. So I will take those. And yeah, we just go look at the specifics of some of those runs, because dude, some of them are just really sick, and some of them, I don't know, man, they're just cool. So let's go look at them. So the first one I want to look at, bro, is going to be Dalgaon Mega. This is a deck that I was very interested on early on, and it's actually a very fun deck, dude. We could just go take a look at it. You can also see the matchups. Ended up losing the Darkrai Magnezone in top 8, which if they get Magnezone, bro, it's like there's really nothing you can do. Magnezone was so broken back in the day, and you know, Yanmega actually couldn't one-shot it. And I'm pretty sure Yanmega is also weak to lightning. So yeah, dude, this deck was just super fun. I had like the one Skarmory tech, which I feel like wasn't very common, at least from like the early builds. I had the one Mew, you know, obviously because Dogger can ramp it up and it could be very situational good. The one Dawn play for the Dogga, the Sabrina Cyrus combo, obviously the 2 leaves. The one Rocky Helm with the 2 giant caves. Man, I don't know. This deck was just super fun to me back in the day. I thought Yanmega was a really cool card. Obviously has aggressive grass types in the game, because Erica, although we didn't play it in this deck, is like my favorite support card still. And because I had the success with Venusaur, I wanted to basically try to do that with other grass types, and obviously Yanmega was the only good grass type besides Celebi going into Space Time. So it was just something I wanted to try, bro, and I thought it was really sick. Also, I guess something that's funny to notice, I don't know if you guys actually noticed, but in Mythical Island, I never ended up using Celebi Superior in a tournament, which is surprising as someone who like grass types. You think after Venusaur, I would go to that deck, but I actually hated Celebi. I actually was a Celebi like #1 hater back in Mythical Island, so I ended up using it, which is ironic, as I already talked about it, bro, looking at those stats, that I ended up winning my first tournament with it. Another tournament, which was another top 8, dude, was Darkrai Greninja, or top 16. I had a top 8 also, as we already saw, but I lost to a Darkrai Magnezone. No surprise. I mean, it's kind of like the better version if I don't get a faster Greninja and I can't snipe stuff away. I think the cool thing about the way I was playing Dark Greninja was that I wasn't using Druddigon, which was way more common. I was actually using 2 Kangaskhan, and the reason I was using this list was I'm pretty sure made by Pippa King. Maybe I made some modifications, like 1 less potion and a giant cape instead. But I saw him using 2 Kangaskhan's, and I kind of like that more because I like the offensive power of Kangaskhan over Druddigon kind of just being useless in the active zone sometimes. Because, you know, like in a Darkrai mirror match, like a Darkrai can just ping the Druddigon to death and the Druddigon is just useless. Or like Kangaskhan can get you like an early Druddigon knockout while you're like setting up Darkrai and stuff. So in my personal opinion, bro, I thought the Kangaskhan was way better. Obviously it is a coin flip, so it's kind of annoying. But I thought it was cool. I really enjoyed this deck. The reason I actually did end up... So I like this deck, and this was my favorite deck of the format. I'm going to be honest. And let's just go into the tournament one real quick, which is going to be this one. This is my first tournament one. And like I said, I was a #1 Celebi hater, but the reason I didn't bring Darkrai Greninja is because if we go back to the deck builder, I was just warming up on casual. Obviously there was no rank, so there's only unranked, so that's casual, bro, whatever you want to call it. But I ended up losing to this thing 10 minutes before the tournament, and I said, that is a bad sign, bro. I am not going to lose to this and then bring that deck to tournament, even though I already had the top 8 plus the top 16. And I literally said, okay, bro, like, I like Egg. Let me just bring Celebi, bro, because I know the deck is good. And, history is made, bro. 600 person tournament being my first win was insane. Absolutely insane, dude. If you guys want to watch the video, it is on my YouTube, obviously. The deck list, I mean, it was the most standard Celebi Egg list ever. And, yeah. This is the most standard one, bro. 2 Ericas, 2 Sabrinas. I think the only debatable thing was 2 Rocky Helmets, 1 Cape versus 2 Cape, 1 Rocky Helmet. I think 2 Rocky Helmets increased over time, but I like the case, man. They gave you like survivability, bro, against Skarmory, so your eggs just don't get one shot before you get evolve. So I really liked it. That's just my personal opinion, but yeah, I basically stopped hating Celebi after this. I mean, you also saw I ended up making top 8 of Leafy on Celebi, which is one of my favorite decks also of that time, if not my favorite deck of Light, which I just find hella funny. We could even go into the Glaceon tournament also, because that bracket path was insane. Because like this bracket was insane, bro. The amount of egg mirror matches that I had of winning, this was actually insane run, by the way. Like, this is just ridiculous. Like, this is one of the best tournament runs ever. Obviously, it's also my biggest tournament win still to this day. But this was just an insane run. Something that matched though was my Glaceon Palkia win in Light. Because if you literally look at the bracket path, best deck, second best deck, different version of the best deck, best deck, scam third best deck, another variation of the best deck, second best deck. Like, dude, it was crazy. Let's just go into the deck list so I can kind of explain. So I was playing Palkia because, one, I just didn't like Dog RSD's mirror matches. I didn't like the whole going second thing. However, I like Palkia. I don't know if I like Palkia, but I thought Palkia was very good in the Arceus. So I had like the Manaphy Palkia engine to deal with the Dog Arceus combo. And obviously Vaporeon is really good with the Manaphy Palkia because you could like switch the energy and attack multiple times back to back with Palkia just on one, so you don't need to have like 2 with Manaphy set up. And I ended up putting a Tech Glaceon in. Like, some people were using a build of like 2 Glaceons, 1 Palkia, and I was like, nah, dude, I think only 1 Glaceon is all you need. And that's also why I have the 1 Eevee, because I didn't want to serve the Eevee. You never want to serve Eevee, but you either want Palkia to do the slash or you want Manaphy. So 1 Eevee, even though I have 2 evolutions, and like I said, Palkia was for Arceus, and then Glaceon was actually extremely broken against the fighting decks because we have double Aerodot, bro. It's very hard for them to kill you, double Misty Scam. And the fact that I, had that insane bracket path, bro, I've literally just fighting the best decks in the game, and I won with something like this, bro. Like, obviously, it was only like a 140 person tournament, which was not the size of the 600 one, but that's still a good tournament size, bro. Like, in my mind, that's still good. I don't care, man. Like, this was one of the coolest things. Because, like I said, bro, as far as I'm aware, I'm the first Glaceon winner. Like, that's a confirmed fact. And I am still the only one in an actual tournament of this size. So I think that's just a feat that I literally might take that to the grave of Pokemon Pocket, unless some broken card comes out that somehow buffs Glaceon EX. But at least with this version, like, I got that, bro. I'm like literally the only guy who has won a Glaceon, which I think is very cool. If someone has done that now, I would love to know. So I'm not claiming that, but I at least was the first, is what I'm saying. it was super sick, man. Like this tournament like legit lasted till I think like 12 p.m. or 1 a.m. So I was like super tired going to work the next day, but it was super worth it, bro. Just on the fact that I ended up winning. And yeah, man, I didn't like Travel Light that much, but this win definitely, you know, boosted how much fun I had during that time. I also had one more tournament I just wanted to talk about, bro, and essentially it was just Leafeon Celebi, which was very weird, bro. This was a weird bracket path. I think people were just playing off meta decks because it was like the last week of the tournament. But it was still a fun deck, bro. I ended up losing to Ninetales Magnezone. Like, come on, bro. But I really love this deck. I'm just a fan of healing cards. I love both Irida and Erica, as you know, cards. And it was just a fun gamble deck, bro. So not really much to talk about because, like I said, bro, it was kind of like a weird bracket path where, like, yeah, I faced one Arceus like version and stuff, but like it was kind of just like a weird stuff. Like I don't even think it was a ban tournament. Like, yeah, it was standard format. It was just I either got a weird bracket, or I think I just got a weird bracket because no, I think people were just not playing as much Doggo, bro, because this was definitely pretty low. I think people were just playing other decks because, like I said, it was the last week. So, and just to wrap up the A2 series, we just look at this once again, bro, for the highest placings for a specific deck. You can see here, man, Palkia, Glaceon. I'm the only person who actually has a tournament win. There is another category actually, because like it kind of like depends if you have 2 Glaceons or 1 Palkia. And even in this one, we see nobody won with the deck. Obviously, this person got like top 8 out of the 800 person tournament, which is insane. But I'm still the first winner, bro. Still the first winner. This guy got really close getting second place. But yeah, man, that is just one of my biggest achievements, and it's probably like the coolest thing I guess that I did, besides, you know, being one of the best Venusaur players in Mythical Island. So was really hoping to win with all the evolutions. Unfortunately, could never get a Leafeon dub, bro, or like a Flareon dub, or even Espeon. Actually, yeah, I never got another evolution dub. Like one of the things I wanted to do, bro, like when Eevee's Grove came out, was win with the EV box deck. So I basically had to win with every single EVX in the game to be like the first person. Fortunately, that's a goal I still gonna have to go for if it's even possible still, if those cards don't get outdated in the mega set. And then we had the A3 series, which is going to be Celestial Guardians, ED Crisis, and Eevee's Grove. And I love Celestial Guardians. I like ED Crisis, but I didn't compete in any tournaments, so there's literally no tournament results for ED Crisis because I was on the top 1000 ground, which I did achieve. And Eevee's Grove was a cursed time. Celestial Guardians, though, I actually had a pretty good tournament, man. I mean, you can literally see here, man, 2,800 players, the biggest pocket tournament of all time. We ended up getting 26, bro, which is something I'm still extremely proud of. We look at the limitless right now. Yeah, I mean, I lost to the mirror match, man. Like, what else can I say? I mean, that's just a 50-50. They had Sabrina. They were more teched out for the mirror match, and yeah, this is just something. Yeah, like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, honestly, like getting top 32 in this tournament is like winning some smaller size tournaments, is like how it felt, bro, with the level of competition. It was crazy, bro. I really wish I could have gone further. I really wish I could have made it to the top 8. Like getting top 8 at the biggest tournament of all time would have been one of the most, probably would have been my biggest achievement, bro. Honestly, it might have been better than winning a tournament. At the same time, like I don't know, man, it was just insane. I love Masquerade of the Decidueye. This was the deck list, bro, before, you know, we had the Sniping Dartrix, which came out in ED Crisis, or not ED Crisis. It came out, did it come out in ED Crisis? Yeah, I think it did actually. Yeah, but this was the build, bro, with the 2-1-2 and then the 1-1-1. I really love this deck, man. This is one of my favorite decks of all time. I had the Geotech to be able to deal with Oricorios because, you know, obviously Masquerade can't one-shot an Oricorio. The Giovanni really made that matchup super easy. It was Oricorio or Greninja, which actually had a fall off in this tournament because more people were playing Tapu Lele, but it was also really good against Tapu Lele because you could Razor Leaf for 90 against them and actually be able to one-shot them. So it actually had applications in both those matchups. In the mirror match, it didn't really come up too much. Like, you could like technically like go second Decidueye Razor Leaf Geo onto a Leaf Cape Rowlet, or like a Leaf Cape Sprigatito, which, you know, definitely can come up. I feel like I didn't have those opportunities, and then the 2 Leaf Capes on here. I love this deck, man. This deck was just super fun. Obviously, it's 2 stage 2s, lost really hard the red card and stuff, but I love this deck, man. And then everything else was just bad, bro. Like everything else was just bad. Technically, do you have like a tournament win 1 out of 20 players? This doesn't count, man. I don't count that. I only had 1 top cut. Or I had 2 top cuts in Eevee's Grove. One was 69th place in 280 people, but it was like a top 128 bracket, or not bracket, but top cut. I don't really count that, man. That's like, I'm gonna be honest, for me, that's kind of Mickey Mouse. That's like That's like letting too many people make top cut. I think it should have just been top 64. I just don't know why it was top 128. So I don't even count this as a top cut. But I actually had a redeeming tournament, which was a streamer showdown with a bunch of top level players / streamers, where I ended up making it all the way to top 8. I ended up losing, and I think I got 5th place, so I ended up making top 8. Lost to Bixie, which is funny because Bixie is now my teammate. And we lost to Corn Dog as well, bro. Lucian's also my teammate now for the GGB stuff, but lost to Corn Dog too, which we paid him back in the other tournament with a banless one, however. But I just paid EV Box. It's the only deck I like this season. It was the only deck that was fun. Yeah, I like this deck. It was the only deck that was fun. It was either this, Sylveon, Greninja, or Zard, and none of those other ones were fun. You can still play Nagano Guzzlord 100%, but I don't know, man. Like, I just didn't have good luck with it. I feel like I didn't like it too much as I didn't like it as much as I like an ED Crisis. So I was playing this just because, you know, I'm a huge fan of the EVs. Plus, I was trying to win a tournament, like I said, with the EV deck. So I could have been like, obviously back in the day, this is all the EVs like EVEXs we had. So if I won a tournament with this deck, I would have been the only guy like in history to have a win with every single evolution or EVEX in the game. Fortunately, it didn't happen. But this was kind of like redeeming to me because I got 5th place in this like tournament for all these like good players. Like, dude, all these people are good players. I don't really know these two at the bottom, but everybody from Corn Dog and up is a freaking top level player, bro, and they're really good. So it was just cool to have like kind of like a redeeming last tournament of like one of the worst seasons of all time. You saw me being 380th, bro. Maybe if I played an ED Crisis, like maybe I would have had some good tournaments, but like I don't know, man. Who even knows? That basically wraps it up for the A3 series, and with this 5th place, I ended up having one of the best series, if not, it's probably the best seasons, bro. Like A4 is my best season 100%, and let's just go straight into it. A4 100% my best season, dude. Even though like I don't have the tournament wins, you could technically say A2 because that 2 tournament wins was my best, but I felt very proud of the A4 series, which is Wisdom of the Sea and Sky, Secluded Springs, and Secluded Springs Part 2, aka the deluxe pack. Anyways, why do I feel so good about this is because I have only missed 2 top cuts out of every single tournament that I've played in this season. I haven't played too many tournaments, to be fair, but I've also been working a lot of hours on my job recently because, you know, seasonal, so I haven't had time. Like, for example, I can't enter the Pocket Match tournament, which is very unfortunate. I would love to, bro. I would love to enter that tournament. I just don't have the time because of my work schedule. But we obviously had the very legendary Ursi 2nd place of Espeon. We also had the top cut top 32 Espeon, where we ended up losing to Sylar, which is also now my teammate, dude. Which we definitely look at those brackets, bro. I had another Espeon where I ended up getting 22nd. This was in Secluded Springs, and then I ended up making top cut of Buzzwole and a Froggy X because I was testing out that deck for the tournament that never ended up happening, which was going to be double decked, dude. Hopefully one day it does happen. Made top cut also of Wochu, which was very funny. Made another top cut in Secluded Springs of Espeon, even though that deck is garbage. I really wish I didn't delete the file, bro, because like I swear to God, I made top cut. Like when I made my 2nd top cut of Espeon in Secluded Springs, I didn't think Espeon was a good deck. I know that Espeon came back in the deluxe pack meta because, you know, the meta shifted, but originally in Secluded Springs, I didn't think Espeon was that good in the last 2nd half, and I was like literally, bro, I was like 2 minutes of me saying like, how did you guys even let me make top cut, bro? Like I shouldn't, like how did I even do this? Like I was like tripping out, bro. I'm like, how, like there's no way you guys let me like Espeon make top cut, bro. Like I thought Espeon was that bad. It's actually very funny. Made top cut as Suicune, and I played like a best of 1 tournament of Espeon, which I ran into like freaking 3 Dartinas, bro, and I didn't make top cut, which I kind of wish I never played in because then I would like never have one. And one of the very first day of Wisdom of the Sea and Sky, I just played Ho-Oh Lugia in a tournament for content, which I just ended up dropping out of because I didn't want to finish it, bro, to an unfortunate thing. And yeah, we can just go look at some of the stats. Like this was a really good tournament. Like the only 2 non-top cuts were this one, which was a best of 1 tournament, and then me playing Ho-Oh Lugia, which is a meme deck. Every other thing was just top cut, bro. Like I feel really good about the A series. Obviously A2 probably is better because I do have tournament wins, but like this is just, for me, this is consistency. Like I had a non-top cut of a meme deck. I had 1 bad thing of Espeon, and then everything else is just consistent top cuts, bro, and that's it. Obviously, I'm not making it into a lot of top 8s besides the Ursi, but this just shows me that I'm more consistent as a player, and also like everybody's getting better at Pocket too, so it's harder to make these top 8s as time goes on. So I don't know, man. I'm still proud of this season, and we can definitely go look at some specific tournaments right now, I guess. So the first one I'm gonna look at is actually gonna be the Frog EX and the Ursi with Espeon, because this actually like leads up. Basically, I ended up losing in top 32 to another Espeon player, Salar, which is, like I said, my teammate now, bro. One of the, like, literally the Espeon go, bro. Like, they are probably like one of the best Espeon players on the planet still to this day. Just made top 30, top 40-ish right now in Secluded Spring ranked with or Deluxe Pack rank, or whatever you want to call it, with Espeon. And we go to the standings where I lost Espeon, they ended up winning the tournament, which is fantastic. And my build for this deck, I can go back to myself. Actually, where am I? So yeah, we're back on me, bro. We can look at my build because this is kind of important. I was playing 2 EV bags. I was playing Red Card Silver Stall, and I was only playing 1 Sylveon. I was not playing the Espeon. Going into the oh my god, hopefully I can find it, bro. I have too many tabs open. Going into the Ursi days, I made a deck list change, which is going to look like this, where I ended up taking an EV bag out because I saw Salar only having 1 EV bag. So I was like, okay, well, if they could win with an EV bag, dude, so can I. I made this build. I thought this was the best Espeon build, bro. I don't care what anybody says. I thought for Wisdom of the Sea and Sky, this was the best Espeon build in my mind. I know no Sabrina and like Mars over Silver with a 2 giant capes was very popular, or just taking the red card out, putting a Mars, and then 2 capes was very popular for the Japanese side. Salar also used double silver instead of red card. That is something to just a note. But I made this one, which most people were not using both of these in the deck list. And that's obviously when I ended up making it all the way to top 2, losing to Dark Tina. I still think I could have won game 1, dude, depending on the situation, because I was just unfamiliar with the match. I think game 2 was cooked, but very lucky bracket run. Like I will still say this for a fact. Like I got second place, but it was a lucky bracket run. I got a lot of lucky situations where like top 8, the Leafeon, Flareon bricked one of the games, and I was able to win because of that. And then I literally faced no Dark Tina all the way until it's top cut. This was just phenomenal. One of my goals of Pokemon Pocket was to make top 8 on the Nurse's Day. Thankfully I made top 8 at the very last Ursi Day for Pokemon Pocket as of now, so at least I was able to achieve one of my goals of the game before obviously Ursi ended up stop hosting tournaments, unfortunately, dude. But I am just super I obviously wish I won, dude, but still the second place is something that I am super proud of. And I know you guys are probably gonna kill me. Like, you guys were probably like take a shot for however many times he says he's proud of something, bro. And I would probably be legal for a lot of unfortunate events. Besides that, dude, like Woke Trio was funny. You can see here like a bunch of the leftover Evious Grove stuff, bro. Like, just don't even look at that, bro. Disgusting. Like, I just gave up. But you can see here, bro, it was like literally the 5th place in the meme deck. Top cut, best of 1. I didn't have thing. Top cut. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. Woke Trio was funny. Like, we can look at it, bro. It was like the first week. Clicked on the wrong one. It was funny. And yeah, it's just, I've been very consistent for the A4 series. Like, I haven't entered too much, bro. Like, we'd even like go back and see. I've only entered how many things? Just in A4. I've entered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I made top cut 8 times out of 10, which is still something cool, bro. Because you can definitely see, like, especially looking at the results, man. Just looking at the results from Evious Grove going into the A4 series, where I had one of the worst seasons of my life. Like, just because you have a bad season, bro, does not define you as a player. You can definitely come back. You can definitely grow as a player and just become better. And maybe there's just a meta that you're not either good at, or it's just not fun for you, man. And you can just come back when you actually have fun with the game, which was definitely how I felt after Evious Grove. Like, I did not want to play Evious Grove. That's why I was playing like a bunch of meme decks. You can see Masquerade of the Decidueye. Just me playing a bunch of like random decks, bro, like this Leafeon thing. Like, it was like Leafeon, Jolteon, Garchomp. Like, I was just basically playing anything but the meta decks. And like the time I had to play the meta decks, I would just freaking brick or something. So never let a season define you, bro. Never let some results, maybe you're having a bad period, maybe you have a bad month of results, bro. Never let that define you, because you can always come back. And I feel like I'm one of the examples of that, dude. If you guys are trying to get into competitive play, and this can be taken for any game, man. Like, you can have a bad month. You could have, you know, something, you can come back. Is basically just I'm trying to, like, you know, spread positivity, and I want people to like be able to see this and hopefully maybe like also join the competitive side of the game, bro, and like get some good results, because I would love for that to happen. I want the game to grow. I hope I can obviously continue having results like this and just being a top player and like a good player in my mind. But who knows, maybe Megas come out, bro, and I'm super washed and I don't become a top player, and then maybe I eventually come back to being a top player. Like, who knows? But that's just basically what I want to talk about. I think that does it for tournaments. I'm going to briefly talk about my ranked for obviously ranked, like what ranks I got, and I think that will be the end of the video. Well, as the rank season ends, I actually can't look at all the data for like the win percentages, but I mean, I have the emblems, so let's just talk about stuff, dude. So The first, dude, obviously rank came out ATB, bro. I didn't end up getting top 1000 because I was literally 30 points away from one time, and I played Gyarados instead of Dark Tina because I just wanted to cheese some games. I ended up losing like 200 points in one day. I'm still kind of depressed about it, bro, but I really don't care about ranked anymore. Celestial Guardians got top 10,000. It came out during finals month of school. I just didn't have enough time to play. I really wanted this red emblem, bro, which is why I entered no tournaments in ED Crisis. Got top 1000 playing 90% Noggin though. Guzzlord. Eevee's Grove I quit was the only time I ever got unranked. Got top 1000 in Wisdom because it was peak Pocket. Got top 10,000 in Wisdom because they're not Wisdom, but Secluded Springs kind of just gave up. And if you do follow my Twitter, you will have saw that I cannot speak, bro, but you will have seen that I got also top 1000 for the deluxe pack after kind of like not trying low-key the whole season. I got like 200 points of Decidueye in one day because low-key I got 2 gold candies, which I guess will be the very last thing I show off in this video because why not. I got 2 of these, so I played the Decidueye, bro, because why not. I got 1 from packs and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, bro, I was like 1,000 points away, so I just ended up buying 100 packs just to be able to craft a second one. I think that is it for the video, dude. Basically, I just wanted to talk about my competitive history, so maybe year 2 we could make another video and look past it. This video was very unedited. It was a lot of yapping. I do understand that. So if you have made it this far, man, I do appreciate it. Or yeah, if you just made it this far, I appreciate it. I will keep continuing to do Pokemon Pocket content as long as I love the game, and I still love the game even though we've had some cursed metas like right now. Yeah, I think that does it for the video. Peace out and have a lovely day, and I guess let me know if any of these were cool to you or if you guys have any tournament results. I'd also love to hear in the comments.